Remember that time we were coming back from eating barbecue?
Oh!
Oh God!
Oh shit! Is it me, or is there this trend where you meet one Filipino, you meet like 3 more?
Yes.
Yes.
How do you think I met you, Aldrin?
Are you right? You're right.
Well, what I would do is I would hit him up and say, okay, 2 o'clock, Filipino time, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and they're like, no, we're going.
You ever have like those parents or like relatives that like induce a superstition on you?
Yes.
Yes.
Like-
Alive.
I think I think during New Year's, my mom always tell me, "Oh, take some coins and put it in your pocket." Why?
Yeah.
And then jump on New Year.
Fortune.
Oh my goodness.
If it's not for good fortune, para tumangkad ka, come on, so you can get tall because you're only 5'5".
You know those type of superstitions where it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Or wag ka magwalis paggabi, like don't sweep the floor at night or else you'll go blind. Don't sew anything in the afternoon or else you'll go blind.
Wait,
Don't
I've
go to
never heard
sleep
of these.
at
What?
night.
my mom
Yeah,
hates
like
rape now.
like JC said, like don't go to sleep with like your hair wet.
Wet, yeah, or else
Yeah.
you'll get white hair or you'll like get stupid.
I heard that you'll wake up blind if you go to yours.
Or you die. Oh, anak, you have exam tomorrow. Eto, put your book under the pillow and you can get smart, huh?
Oh dear
Oh
God.
my
They
god.
always like come up with these weird methods of superstition, and then
I
like if
don't
you don't do
know.
it, they're like, "Oi, the multo's gonna get you, huh? Lagot ka sa multo, huh?"
Muto.
Wait,
Or like or multo or
It's
whatever.
like,
hold,
yeah.
hold on. Can we quickly talk about Beaks Vapor?
Oh my god.
Oh
It's
no.
the elixir of hell, like where the Hispanic Asian.
Okay, I gotta. How many times did like your relatives put that shit on your feet and then put socks over it?
Too many that I can remember.
I'm the only one who hasn't done that.
Same.
Oh man. No, I've had that happen to me sometimes. I was just like, what is happening? Like, how does this even
Okay.
help? But I
We're
didn't
gonna
question it.
We're gonna put the Vicks on the foot, then we're gonna put the sock, and then you have your pneumonia go bye-bye.
I swear, they always find that one medicine that does everything for them, and they believe it.
Oh my god. I know none of you have like really experienced the Philippines really long, but it's the same thing with Vicks. But in my family, in the mother side, they all believe in this one oil called El Shaddai, and they put it on anything or any sickness that we have. I was like, I need to go to a doctor. I don't need this fucking the oil, the snake oil. and they'll be like, oh, we got it blessed by the priest, and now we're gonna put it on your bump. It's gonna go away. I'm like, Grandma, you ate a doctor, not oil.
That is some yaya fucking witch doctor level shit right there.
Oh my god, don't get me started. 10 years just open like a shit ton of opportunities, and I'm like, whoa, I just want to get out help.
I mean, why do you think? But why do you think majority of the nurses are Filipinas?
Oh, that's it. Another thing, bro. Like, if you go to any hospital,
There's
you're
a lot
bound to
of
meet at least
Filipina.
one nurse that's Filipino, male or female, and it's really common here in my area.
Dude,
And it's so funny.
I know 3 family friends that are like nurses too.
Honestly, I think that whole thing is scary sometimes, especially like when there's people that you know that are like other Filipinos like in the healthcare system. Because I've heard like those horror story cases of when, say for example, like somebody you know goes into the hospital, but then the nurse that is helping them knows who they are, but doesn't like them or their family, and then just neglects the shit out of them.
Yep,
What?
I've heard of that. Yeah, no, that's a thing, dude.
Days, bro.
it's common.
Y'all should know, like, if it's anyone that holds a grudge, it's definitely these damn Filipino nurses.
Yep.
I've never heard any of these stories before. Holy shit!
Oh, you better make sure that you're not on the other side then.
Yeah, don't make any grudges.
Moral of the story: just don't get on anyone's bad side. That's it.
Yeah. If you owe them money, pay back.
Oh my.
Hey, don't say anything about money.
Oh, definitely. Do not.
Don't mention anything about money or land, and you'll be completely fine.
Money, land, cars. Cars is another thing, and houses.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about cars for this session, but like, goddamn, do I know so many talking about cars most majority of the time, and it's always the same model too.
Yep.
Yeah, the problem that I think it stigmatized our Filipino like views is that like a lot of the car culture is like ran by like Filipinos that I think they own like Subarus or Hondas.
I'm gonna
slash
stop
Acura.
you right there. You just said the two brands that I keep hearing about.
I'm not joking. Like AJ could vouch for me that there's a bunch of Filipinos that drive those cars,
That drives a lovely Honda Civic SI.
and they're inflated everywhere in the car culture, like car culture, particularly for Filipinos.
I don't know.
Like it's a good car. It's just there's too many of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a trending thing. That's pretty much it.
Oh yeah.
And then like flexing on one another for a Mercedes Benz.
Oh my god.
You got the newest model.
Mercedes-Benz.
Why didn't you buy me one? How about you buy a Porsche for me, huh?
Oh my god.
Because you're going to crash into the wall.
Oh my god, can we talk about crazy Filipino drivers?
Let's not.
All right. I've never encountered one, but
It's
I
common.
don't know if I fall into this category because like I kind of drive pretty fast on the highway.
I think you count Aldrin.
Maybe.
Aldrin, you know how it be. I'm not even gonna say anything. We had a lovely little time driving back home. That's all I'm gonna say. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh man, there's so many instances. I need to like roll back.
Let me rack my brain.
Remember that time we were coming back from eating barbecue?
Oh!
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun. That was fun.
That was fun.
Sir,
I'm sorry?
What was that, JC?
sir,
Explain.
is
Oh, so the funny thing was, it was me and Aldrin, driving back from getting barbecue. I had honestly forget who else was with us. Because we were mobbing out in like how many different cars.
Oh god, you brought the whole crew.
Yeah, no, we did. I think we ran like 15 deep that day.
Holy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like about 15 deep, and then we were going, and we're doing our thing, and then I see Aldrin pull up, and then I see the other person pull up to my other side while we're cruising home, and all you hear was 3 honks of a horn, and the rest is history.
Oh.
We were just like, trying to race, quote unquote, but like
It was more like step on the gas to go a little faster, and then immediately get off.
yeah, because we're not that crazy.
And we were
Yeah,
just
like-
like, yeah.
It's like, oh.
It's exactly like the sound like when you're playing like Wii golf and you're getting close to like when you're putting and you're getting hella close and this crowd goes up like, oh. It was exactly that.
The Wii has so many influential sounds, bro.
Let's not even talk about when you
We're
get Filipino aunties and uncles on the Wii.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's for
Oh,
another time.
no.
That's for another time. That's for
That
another
is for
time.
episode 2, y'all. For a continuation of this.
Okay, so the next thing I kind of want to talk about, and I'll start this off by a quote from one of Joe Coy's specials,
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
because yeah, dude, Joe Coy's amazing. But anyway,
No, but
but what was it? It's not exact, but we were all saying like there's like different dialects, different languages, all come from different islands, but there's one language we can all speak together: karaoke.
Oh,
Okay,
hell
chismes too. Chismes too.
chismis and karaoke. There you go.
If you want to
Oh,
bring a crowd of
no.
Filipinos together, it's karaoke and chismes.
Exactly.
Chismis, karaoke, barbecue.
Yes, and food, any type of food that they enjoy.
Especially barbecue.
Seriously.
Is it me or is there this trend where you meet one Filipino, you meet like 3 more?
Yes.
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 How do you think I met you, Aldrin? Like,
Are you right? You're right.
Casey, how do you think I met you?
Wait, that's it.
Aya, how do you think I met you?
Yeah.
Wait,
PG.
Stars are aligned.
When I first hung out with like Aldrin, I was like, damn, he's the most Filipino person I've ever met here at college.
yeah, no,
We're,
I
like,
met.
proud to be Filipino too.
I like it too. Like as soon as you and me, because I remember when me and Aldrin first met in our Japanese class, me and him immediately just got along together. It's like, oh, you're Filipino too? Nice.
Bro, remember that time like in our Japanese course, there was like, you know, hella Filipinos, right? And then I did the and then like
Everybody in that bitch looked. Everybody.
like every Filipino person looked. It was the funniest thing ever.
It's like
Oh
that
my
moment
God.
when you're singing the Backstreet Boys, everybody, and then everyone turns around, yeah. Like that's exactly that, dude. It was like, oh Jesus Christ.
It's like if you want to know who's Filipino in your class, just do that.
Just do the sit.
Yeah. I'm not joking. They've probably heard it at least once or twice in their life and they've been influenced by it.
They've been influenced by our parents because they would always do that. Jeez, like, tigil mo
It
yan.
either sparks some PTSD or it sparks an alert sense in their head saying, oh no.
It's
I
both.
think it's both.
It's
Yeah.
both.
It's straight up both. Because it's either, you know, you're getting too close to something that you shouldn't be getting close to, or you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh.
It's
Oh.
just. This is literally in Among Us. You're just trying to do your task and someone hits a button. You know how
I
we
was
hear.
electrical.
You know, you just instead of just hearing just brr, it's just
Oh no.
it's like, wait, come here.
It's like, oh shit, I gotta go, y'all. Kind of thing.
Duty calls.
Palo.
Oh no, that's the worst. That's the worst situation you could be in.
sit and then palo.
If there's one thing you don't want to like get hit by growing up as a Filipino, American, or even native born is the chinelas or the belt.
Oh, no.
Yep.
I guess
My-
for the Mexican culture, like equivalent to chancla.
What about the walis, dude? Have you guys gotten hit by that?
Yes.
Oh
They
hell,
would
I
threaten
hate
me
that,
with
bro.
all so like, I know, you're gonna do it again, and then me, my weak ass, is like, no, I'm not gonna do it again. Just threatening me with a walis ting ting. I'm like, oh my god,
Oh my god, like they will grab anything. that looks
anything
great.
to threaten you with, yes.
Or the ones that will like flinch at you? You're like, oh snap.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I know
That
what
is so crazy.
Or like
Yeah.
when they point at you with the lips.
Yes.
Oh.
It's over there. You know, you.
Use your eyes, not your mouth.
But you're pointing at me with your mouth. Kind of shit. Just like,
And then they're gonna be like, "Oh, so you're answering back at me? I'm older than you."
oh my god. That
Oh,
oh, man, that
God.
brings me to something and it's just like
Oh my
ugh.
god.
PTSD.
Something that we
sorry.
know as toxic Filipino culture.
Oh yeah.
Where you can where the thing is like you can get called fat by a relative, but then when you go to the party and you don't eat, you're being called disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Like, make it
god.
make sense.
Such a
bro.
weird like double standard, dude.
Wait,
Filipinos.
AJ, I actually remember. I don't know. I'm not sure we have time to talk about it, but you actually did that to an RA one time.
Oh yeah, straight up. I definitely scared someone off. For real. Lovely times.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean,
It was hilarious.
I know. And when you told me that, I was like, damn, typical Filipino shit right here.
Oh, I know, right? For real. Good times.
Okay, so last thing I want to talk about before we end off today's show. How bad is everyone at Filipino time?
I used to be good at being on time, but as I got older, it got worse.
I
Wait.
try to be better,
Same.
but keyword is try.
Always on time, bro.
Wait.
Like it really depends on how important this quote unquote meeting time is.
That is very
Yeah.
true. It all
Yeah.
depends on the context. If it's like one of those things that you're meeting up with like friends, just cuz, then that they can wait for me like a little bit because they
Yeah,
already know
That's
damn
the
straight.
time
I'm
at
the one.
airport. They make you wake up 2 hours before the flight.
Oh God.
Okay, I need to give context to the listeners that don't know what Filipino time is. So I'm gonna say like a quick story just to give like an example. So there was this one time, like me and my friends were hanging out, and then my friends like, "You guys want to go to Korean barbecue tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What time? Lunch? Dinner?" It's like, let's meet up at the place by 12:30. I'm like, "Okay, cool." My ass like left the house on time, got to the place on time, and I'm just like standing there, and like they're not there yet. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just make a reservation for them. So I send them a text saying, "Oh, I'm gonna make reservations." I go up to the lady, it's like, "Hi, table for 6 for like in about I don't know 15 minutes or so." It's like, yeah, no problem, I got you. I wait outside, and I'm just like, where the hell are they? Like 15 minutes pass, and then it's exactly 12:30. I check my phone again, and I'm like, where are you guys? They reply back, oh, we just left the house. And they live like 30 minutes away from the restaurant. I'm like, great.
It
Like,
gets
man.
worse.
Wait, what
It's
was
so
it?
much worse when they're like getting their makeup done or whatever.
Oh my god, don't, yeah.
I've also had, I've
Go
also
ahead.
had, yeah, sorry. I've also had times too, because we take the BART train to go to SF. And the moment I get there, I'm like, okay, train's about to come here in about like 10 minutes. The moment my friends get there, but the train just left like 20 minutes ago. I was like, really?
Oh man, that's always like the craziest thing is that when you're trying to coordinate with people, it's like it. You have to like always tell them to give me what I would do is I would hit them up and say, okay, 2:00 Filipino time, 2:00, 2:00, and they're like, no, we're going. Or they we would also say like CPT sometimes just to mess around.
AJ, I remember I invited you over to one of my dinner parties in the apartment, and you replied back saying, "Okay, I'll be there, Filipino time." Like,
oh no, see, I was being real about that. I
Yeah.
definitely showed up Filipino time.
you did. It was like an hour into the party, and you and the other
Hell
showed
yeah,
up.
I ain't gonna be the first one there. What the hell?
That's true. I hate being the first ones to parties. It's so awkward.
I
Like
mean,
unless you're actually doing something, then yeah. But other than that, it's just like, nah, I ain't gonna be the first one there. I'm gonna wait till a little bit of people show up.
and then it's a game of like, all right, which one of y'all is gonna go first?
Yeah, yeah. And it's like it's also one of those things that when somebody like nobody wants to leave until someone else leaves, but like the moment one person goes, everyone's like, okay, now's our chance. Let's take off.
Yep.
I mean, not unless there's that one person, and it's typically a Filipino that like stops and it's like, oh no, let's talk some more.
Yep.
Oh,
when you have to say goodbye to all of your relatives. Ooh.
Oh no, then someone starts talking again, and then you have to sit down again, and it's already been like an hour or two, and like,
No, me as a kid, I'm like, Mom, you said we leave by 8. Let's go. She's still talking to like my other lolas and aunties. I'm like, Mom, it's 8.
It is always like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. Like, you kind of want to chat up a little bit more with like friends and stuff, but like,
Yeah, no, that is very true.
again, enough's enough.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's like kind of a stereotype. I mean, we have a title for that now. It's called Filipino time. But like, I think the other stereotypes that like are really, call it as you will, positive or negative, is that like Filipinos are like, oh, they're good at singing, or they have really good like food or whatever.
Oh,
You know,
here we
that-
go
those
with
types of
this.
stereotypes.
Aldrin.
And like, I don't say it's not wrong, but like, you hate to see it, that stereotype become a reality.
I kind of met my first Filipina that doesn't know how to sing, and she's deaf tone. It was
Oh.
during my birthday. She's half Korean.
Yeah, but like it's so weird.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it's not all of us. We're not all talented.
Damn.
Savage.
She is the one that proves the stereotype wrong.
He is the outlier. I mean, there's another stereotype, like like Asians or specifically Filipinos are like historically small, right?
Yes, we're pipsqueaks.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I'm technically an outlier in our group.
Yes.
You're hella tall.
Yes.
So You're hella tall, G.
I
Like,
guess
I
for better
know.
context for the viewers, I'm 188 centimeters.
I
and
swear.
for the people that don't know the imperial system,
I'm 6'2".
there we go.
Damn tall.
Because you're
Yeah.
gonna get people in the comment section. Why is he having to use the imperial system? Bitch, you need to learn it.
It's pretty helpful too.
It's actually really nice.
I think another. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll say I've been like switching over to imperial because or no, I meant metric because it's easier to talk with other people.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
As I was saying, like another stereotype is, I guess it's because of the toxicity that revolves around it. I don't know if you guys heard about the crab mentality of Filipinos.
The what mentality?
Oh, I've heard like a little bit
Yeah.
about this.
Wait, what? Wait, what is this?
So basically, for example, in the workplace, one person is getting like a lot of praise. The other person, a Filipino, will drag them down. That's crab mentality.
Oh,
I never heard
think
of that.
I've heard of this once, but I don't think it's related. But I've had or heard stories about like Filipinos being backlash for taking up all the job market in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's like, why are these people taking our jobs? Do you want to pick crops up for less than minimum wage? No.
Mm-hmm.
I know these people who live very comfortable lives do not want to do that. So
But yeah, but the
why are they
reason why I say the crab mentality, because there's just as you said, Brian, a while ago with racism, there's just a lot of people that don't want to work with Filipinos because of that common thing that goes around. So it's so bad. I'm like, I'm a nice person, I promise.
it's so weird too, because like you meet someone from a third world country, generally they're here to work hard. Like even from people like places like Mexico or some third world country from Middle East, they're not here to take your spot. They're here because they've worked hard to get here.
Exactly.
Oftentimes, they're not even getting the desired.
Yeah, but
not getting the desired one.
That's like their speculation that's like built around Philippines. So I'm like, you don't know our story. You just don't. You know my swag, but you don't know my story.
Oh my god.
My god. She has like a Filipino hat snapback.
Oh man, that brings back to the horrible nightmares of every Swagapino I knew, and I really wanted to like punch him in the throat. Oh dear God, I was just like, that was like every other like hardcore East Bay, like South Bay, North Bay type of like Filipino, minus JC, because I know she's gonna be triggered when I mention that, but she knows I'm right because she ain't say anything. she was getting the clip ready to shoot. She's like, I'm about to get this motherfucker right now.
JC, would you like to comment?
No, well, I was gonna say something else besides the whole snapback thing, but like, I don't like. Have you guys heard like that whole thing where they're saying like Asians are the new white or whatever?
I've never heard of that.
Same.
I've heard it a lot.
I've never heard that before. That's crazy.
Same.
If you go to a Whole Foods, look carefully on who you see in there. It's only white people and rich Asians.
Are they crazy with Asians?
I got it.
Yeah. Are they crazy rich Asians?
Oh, maybe. Look at what they're wearing.
Oh,
Look at the
okay.
shoes. Look at the accessories. There, you'll find out.
Are they expensive Nikes?
Probably. If not,
I gotta ask, do you guys have that one like Filipino or that one uncle that has like the freaking giant polo shirt and then he has his collar snapped up?
That's my dad.
Yeah.
But
you hit it right on the money, AJ.
I mean, because that's the thing.
that's like my dad's work clothes. Like he has like proper. They're always like ironed, and he'll always
but those are work clothes, so
yeah,
kind of has to wear that.
Yeah.
I know, but he buttons it up all the way too.
Don't count. Yeah, because he decides to button it up.
Yeah.
Count.
But at least they're not baggy. But yes, I do also have that one uncle who wears that and it's like all buttoned up. And then it's not, you can't even see his collar anymore because his chin is covering it.
Oh.
And then while he's like wearing that collared shirt that's buttoned up. He's just wearing shorts. Not even shorts.
Oh
it's
my
shorts.
god.
Jorts. I'm
The
done.
shorts.
The fucking shorts. And then he'll be wearing Jordans.
Okay. that we're gonna stop right there. Hold on.
We go. I'm gonna let you finish, but BG definitely got something to say right about now.
No, I just don't want to continue that conversation.
Because we already know how it's gonna end.
Exactly. Okay.
I guess.
Oh,
I
what
mean,
was that, Aldrin?
I guess speaking of Jordans, like not the shoes related, but like Filipinos are very passionate about basketball.
Yes. My dad has a shit ton of trophies right now in the den that he like just put up there. I'm like, Dad, I get it. You're a good basketball player, but Jesus Christ, we have so many trophies. Where are we gonna put them?
California Filipinos, we all go crazy about the freaking Warriors, dude.
Oh,
My dad's crazy
man.
about Lakers.
Okay.
It's either the Lakers or the Warriors now.
Just like any
Yep.
popular basketball team here in California.
Or if you have like relatives from Canada, it's Toronto, like the Raptors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they fight and then go into a voice call and they're like, no, it's going to be Raptors. No, it's LA. No.
They're always gambling too.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Oh
Yes.
man.
At
Let's not
Filipino
forget football
party.
as well.
Like
Dude.
I always remember that, like, depending on how your family does their spare time, like my family loves to gamble, and this is like real money. Like, they put like
Yeah.
$10 on the table, but like it's even more funnier when the elderly are like hustling the younger generation's like money.
Yep.
Because my dad hustled I guess my niece's husband now. It was his first time playing mahjong, right? And then he was like letting him learn how to play. And then he hustled like $50 out of him. And it was the saddest thing. His face was so sad because like he thought he was gonna win, right? He was like so confident and everything. And he's like, nah, bro. And then my dad gave me his money for gas. It's just so funny. Like, here's your money. I'm like, where's this from? I'm like, oh, it's your gas money.
It's your gas money.
Dang.
Oh, my dad does that a lot too.
Yeah, I guess for like my generation, for my family, like we like to play poker or Texas Hold'em, and
Yep.
it gets so competitive, and it gets to the point where like it's like bullshit. You didn't have that, like, yeah, bro, call my bluff. Like you think you know me so well, like call my bluff.
God,
It's like a huge competition of who can get the most money.
Okay, I don't know if this is a Filipino thing, but have you guys ever or like at least played the game, what was it called, like Left, Right, or Center?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I remember, what was it, like 2019 to 2020 New Year's, like me and my friends, we all decided to go downstairs to get more food, but then next thing you know, all the parents are playing Left, Right, and Center, and then they're like, come on kids, play, and then they give us like cash to play with, and I'm like, okay. Bro, okay, dude, it was me and someone else's Lola, dude. I freaking lost to the Lola. She gained like $100 that night.
Dude, telling you about the elderly, or like the older generation of your relatives, or even any relatives from the Filipinos. They just know how to hustle people.
Exactly.
They know what they're doing.
Again, like we said earlier, do not mention anything about money to Filipinos.
Yeah,
Like,
they'll do anything.
It's funny, like Filipinos are also popular in like underrated sports too, like boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Manny
Like,
Pacquiao, huh?
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao. I guess in billiards is Efren Reyes.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Who else is it? I don't know. Those are the two that come to my head. But like,
Or the reactions that you would get from any like family members when they find out that like any athlete is like a quarter or like an eighth or any like sliver of Filipino, they like
Cheer on them.
go all out.
yeah,
Yep. They go all out and like, yeah, I
No,
that because
that can be said for the same thing for like any artist that's like part or full Filipino. Because what was it, that one
Yeah.
dude from like Black Eyed Peas? I forgot his name.
Yeah, Apple the app.
Oh yeah. Because I remember when me and my family, when we found out like, oh, he's like part Filipino and he actually appeared on like TFC on the show, I was like, what? What?
yeah. I remember. I was watching. Was it The Voice? And a Filipino singer came on, and one of the hosts was Will.i.am, right?
Yeah.
And then they were doing the judging, right? Like which coach the contestant will choose. And then he's like, "Oh, you Filipino? You like chicken adobo, Hanse?" And I'm like,
Oh my god.
"What are you feeding him?"
That's what you call the Filipino hookup right there.
Tell
Seriously.
you, bro. Like, once you learn Filipino food, you will learn more about how much we will feed you.
That is the
More.
lesson. That is a lesson today's show. Just trying Filipino food.
Yeah, and
Not sponsored by Jollibee, although I would love that so much.
that'd be funny.
Please
I
sponsor
guess
us.
on topic like you know, Filipino relatives and like,
That'd be great.
do you ever have that feeling with like, you say you're a large like Filipino family, you always get that comparison, right?
Oh,
Like,
don't even get me
like,
started.
why don't you be like, your cousin? He got straight A's, or like,
I
know,
hate
that
that
type of
so
thing.
much.
Your cousin is an engineer. Your cousin is an architecture.
Yeah.
What are you studying? That's
He's
not
right on
real.
money.
Oh my god. And then we like, you should have just done that for hobby. You can't get a job for that. It's not real.
Yeah.
I wanna share a personal story real quick. I used to study computer science as when I entered college, but then after like taking the courses, I just felt like so mentally drained. Like I don't find it enjoyable. And then I switched over to being a graphic design major. Oh, and I told my parents I want to switch majors. Like, of course, like they said, okay, anything you want as long as you're happy. But then, like, even sometimes too, where like I always get comments saying it's like, you could have gotten this much money if you still stayed in CS. Like, not even just
Mhm.
like in the family, like relatives a lot. And I was like, well, look at my older brother. He's like a really good photographer, and what he's doing is what I'm trying to do too. So, and he's making good money. He's living in LA. He's living a good life in LA. I'm like, you know how much LA costs to live there?
Expensive.
Ang
Exactly.
mahal!
Ang mahal. Hindi kaya ng wallet ko.
Yeah, and then even I still get like comments too. It's like, oh, so what are your friends up to? Are they still studying like programming stuff? Did they get a job or internship yet? I'm like, well, for one thing, I don't talk to them anymore. Two, I don't even know. Three, why are you still trying to compare me to them? Cause I'm
It's
like,
like, guess what?
I'm sorry, I'm not your kid. That's when they realize, like, oh, like we're sorry, we didn't mean to compare you to like other kids. We were just saying, like, hey, they're still worried about me. I get it. And graphic design, I mean, back like before COVID, like the job markets for graphic design was like not as high compared to CS, but they do understand like this is something I want to do. This is something I'm very passionate about. This is what makes me happy. And they finally realized like, yeah, we need to keep our kid happy instead of just forcing him to do, what we expect.
And then make that money, Brian.
Exactly.
Gotta make that dosh.
Make it rain.
And, God damn it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I kind of relate to this as well, because my parents, they were so against me going to community college. And even though the community college had the courses that I wanted, and my mom was like, "Oh, just go to university, to get your bachelor's degree, and I have the money to afford it." And I guess this is kind of like a bittersweet thing, because like if I didn't go to university, I wouldn't have met you all, and if I
That is
did go
so
to
cute, Aldrin.
yeah, but like if I did go to like community college, I'd be stuck in high school 2.0 with the
Oh,
people that I
boy.
met. And I guess there's some more than meets the eye type of approach, but sometimes in your case, Brian, it's like it can help you change stuff, and then, it changed mine as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was like that's another good moral of like the episode. It's just,
Yeah.
if you're a parent out there, like doesn't even matter if you're like Filipino or not, just main goal, just keep your kid happy.
Mm-hmm.
Let
Just
them do
don't
what they
spoil
want.
them.
Yes,
And-
that too.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm like proud of my dad too, like to end in a good note, that he was like so strict on ideas for like studying stuff, and now he like understands the importance of like why we should be happy, and not like what they want us to do is like destroying us deep inside. So I'm like, Yeah, proud of my papa. He's doing good. He understand now. Military papa understand now. He good.
When you say it in the accent, I can't help it.
Damn.
It adds more of a
fun.
dynamic.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense because, like, when you're raised in a world where you're stuck by morals and you want to force those morals on your kids, it's like it's not gonna work the same every time.
You're just gonna push them away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So even though papa understand, it's still hard to find a love life because he's still pushing them away. I'm like, can you stop judging everyone I try to date, please?
It's like, Tito, he's a very good man. Let her live.
Oh God, that's why I'm like, if you're here in my house, just call my dad Tito. He will like you. And they don't fucking call him Tito. He go crazy.
I mean, that's also very true with like anyone else.
That's so funny. Like, growing up, like calling people Tito or Tita. I guess for those of you who don't know, like Tito is like uncle or Tita is like auntie for like
yeah.
non-Filipino people.
Listeners.
Listeners. It's kind of inherent in my brain to like call someone by that title.
And then you confuse them, like, what did you call me? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I'm just like say I go to my non-Filipino household. It's like I'm like, how do I address you? It's like, oh, just Mr. or Mrs. this.
It
or
makes me
whatever.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's
Or
like,
call
hi,
them by their
Mr.
name.
Smith. Yeah, instead of like Tito John or something like that. I don't, like, especially with like people that are relative to our age group, like kuya or ate.
Oh
It's like,
God.
how do I address you? You're not that too old.
Don't get us started about the kuya and ate subject.
Like, even if they're not related, like in Filipino culture, we still call them kuya or like ate.
Exactly. But since we're here in the US, like all of us are just accustomed to just call each other just, by first name basis.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for like a male perspective for the US, it's like you just call them bro. It's like, hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, sup, bro?
Stuff like that. Or like,
Bro.
what's up, man? What's up, homeboy? Like pet names that don't really give them the equal status of kuya.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's something that I'm still adjusting to.
Okay,
and
what
it's
about
super awkward.
what about the female perspective, JC? For like
Or
for talking about like since Aldrin is talking about like the kuya thing, what about for like the female side for like the ate? Like if you still like do you still do that like with like other Filipino Americans or like
I do.
Honestly, I only do it for like with relatives. I don't really do it with people I consider friends.
right?
Yeah. Relatives.
Kind of find it weird when I do it with like any friends or like if it's a family friend, like the tito and tita like is fine to do it with like friends, parents, or like just older people in general. But I feel
Exactly.
like if I'm doing ate and kuya with like people that are my friends or something, I just find it kind of weird.
Yeah.
Basically the same.
Yeah.
I still remember Aldrin, we were joking about the kuya ate thing in our Japanese class.
Yeah. I mean, like we were on that topic of family titles. It's like, Oni-chan has been so like
Oh no.
so overused in like media nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's like some random person comes up to you and calls you Oni-chan. I'm like, oh god.
I'm like, hello?
That's when I
Like,
step away. That's when I step away.
I'm like, I'm sorry, what did you just
I
call
don't
me?
speak English.
What did you say? Huh?
I don't speak Japanese.
No habla japonés.
Oh my goodness.
I did not
So-
expect this to take a turn like that, but okay.
Oh, speaking of like Korean, like K-pop has been such a big influence in
Don't-
the Philippines.
Don't.
To the
Oh my
Filipinos,
god, no.
Like, if you look at a lot of Filipino hosts in those like game shows, they have their hair like all highlighted and like
They have the
K-pop oriented.
contacts.
They always play the songs too during the shows, and I swear lately it's been Dynamite, Nunu Nana, And then what was it? Not shy.
Yeah, and they always have that one soundboard, the laughing chipmunk.
Dude,
Yep.
I
It's so annoying.
I actually want to get that.
always play that.
I actually want to get that soundboard now.
No.
Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you think that Brian should get that that laughing chipmunk soundboard, leave a like and a comment on below, or
if we get 10 comments on
something.
this, if we get 10 comments on this one, I'll find a way
Comment for the algorithm.
for the algorithm.
It's true. That's how people get more views on YouTube nowadays. You like and comment.
That is true. All right, I think that is a good place to end off this very long session about Filipino things. I might have to make this 2 episodes, but of course, before we end off today's episode, of course, we got some people to support here. Got some plugs here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the part of the podcast where we do shout out time, where we love to plug every one of our guests of their social medias, platforms, and every other thing that you can reach them at. BG, continue on.
Wait, what was that, JC?
Wait, hold on. AJ, you kind of sounded like Domix right there.
I'm sorry, who?
Domix?
He's a comic / animator.
I've
He's
never.
a Canadian comic YouTuber.
Canadian Filipino.
You're going to have to look him up soon.
Yep.
All right, so anyways, guys, you can follow I here on her Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter at BoopleBuns. Names all the same for all 3.
Easy.
You can also follow JC on her TikTok at JC_KX3. And of course, you can follow AJ over on his Twitch at crazy_AJ on Twitch. Also, one last thing, by the time I'm recording this, I finally released the official Apartment 308 Instagram account. You can follow it at apt.308.yt. I'll be uploading some highlights from episodes there. So again, that is apt.308.yt. Alright,
Whenever you get the chance, y'all, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check us all out on our socials to figure out what we're up to, and just to figure out like some future stuff for the podcast. And if you like what you hear today, let us know in the comments. If you have any things that you can relate to, please also let us know below. Because it's one of those things when we all have the same experiences growing up, it makes that much more of a laugh out of it, I guess you could say. For lack of better words, tell us about some of the things that you could relate to. But back to you, Brian.
You pretty much just did my outro, but also once again, I would like to thank Aya, Aldrin, AJ, and JC for joining in on today's show. This was a really long, funny, but also it was a learning experience type of episode.
Yeah.
Like AJ said, remember to subscribe to Apartment 308, like today's video, comment some hashtag Filipino things down in the comments below, share this with all your friends, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Follow that Instagram, and thank you again.
All right. Later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Later.